Melendez and Pettis has everything, like every potential of just being a good old scrap.
I actually been talking to Pettis about going and helping him train for that fight. So if I go and help him train and really get that wrestling, because Gilbert Melendez is a boxer wrestler, that's what I like to do. So if I go out there and help him, I'll say that Pettis will win the fight. If I don't go out there and help him, I think where he lacks, Pettis lacks, Gilbert exceeds, and vice versa. But I see the wrestler winning that fight.
I think one of the hardest things I've ever seen is George come off an ACL injury. That was a difficult thing. Anthony's doing it also. There's so many question marks, you know. When you've been away that long, nobody knows what you're going to look like. You might look better than ever, you might look worse than ever. It's just it's a very hard thing to come back from. And we've seen it in football. Some guys get ACL injuries, it cripples them, and some guys get ACL injuries, come back like it never happened. It's too hard to predict. Nobody knows.
Well, you got to give the respect to the champ, Anthony Pettis, but I feel like Melendez will take it to him, and it should be a hell of a fight, and I'd like to see Melendez win.
Gilbert Melendez, he has a striking ability, he has a wrestling background and jiu-jitsu background, but you know, Anthony Pettis, he's strong in both areas, standing up and he's a tricky kind of guy, and so he's good in both areas, jiu-jitsu and stand-up. So it's a toss-up. It's kind of hard, but you know, I'm shooting for my boy Gilbert to take the win.
One's a little bit more technical with flying this, flying that, but then you throw in the fact that Melendez has some good boxing and just wants to move around and just punch him in the head. You can't do that with him because he's going to pick him apart in many different ways with a flying knee hook thing.